Okay, so here we are. I just got the seats out of my 2004 Explorer. And what the plan is on these seats is, you know, these little wings here that I really do not like tend to get mashed down. Seat tends to get, you know, all mashed down on this side. And then it makes you feel like you're driving down the road on an angle. So what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to take these apart. This is the driver's side. That's the passenger side. I'm going to try taking these apart and simply swapping the lower cushion. People have told me that you can just, you know, take them apart and swap the foam, you know, out. And it'll be better. So, not quite sure if that's even possible. I'm going to give it a shot. A couple of lumbar wheel and the recline lever. Apparently those just pop off. So I'm going to get started and ripping this thing apart. I'll keep you posted from time to time, and we'll see where we end up at the end of the day. Okay, so here we are at the next step. You know, I got the lumbar knob popped off. This was real easy. Just stick a flathead screwdriver under there. Bink, off it comes. Got the recline lever off. This is a little more difficult. You can see I boogered her up there a little bit. I don't think that particular piece there means anything. The two big half round pieces is what does the holding on. There's a groove there in the plastic, and it goes into a channel there on the rod for the lever. But once you get it split apart, you know, it'll pop off. But this one here took some doing. After that, there's simply two screws that hold this whole shebang on. There's one up here towards the front. And then there's another one that's kind of hidden at the back of the seat. It was kind of tucked in up underneath the carpet here. Had to pull the carpet back, get the screw out. And then all this just seems like it just folds over. Then what you do is there's these little plastic clips that hold on to some rods in the seat. And this holds the fabric on. And you just snap those out. Probably have to snap this piece here off too. Just snap it out and around. And then I'm going to do that and see what that gets me. And I'll get back to you in a couple minutes. Okay, so here we are again, working on the driver's seat. And what we got here is these little black plastic cap clips. They just snap onto these rods. You know, they just snap on, come off. This here is kind of unique. It's got a two pieces of Velcro that come across the back, and then this piece here is also a portion of the bottom seat cushion, and it comes down and just snapped onto this rod that goes across. But on my particular unit, you know, you got black clips on the side, a clear clip on the back, and a clear clip on the front. This is going by pretty quick. In fact, it's taking me longer to stop and video it than it is to actually get the seat apart. not quite sure what this is, this green stuff. It would appear that this might be a previous owner's attempt to shim up the seat cushion. I don't know, I'll have to dig in there a little deeper. But right now I'm gonna try to lifting the cushion and the cover off and see what we get. Okay, so here we are. Got the foam cushion out and separated the cloth cover from the foam cushion. And at first I thought I would just be able to swap them out as a unit, but apparently that's not going to be the case. And the reason is on these covers, if I can get a good pick at it, they got this dealio here where your seat belt comes up on. It comes up in between there. I imagine you could swap them out and run your seat belt on the outside of the cover instead of through the cover. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to do that, but knowing my luck, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't taken the other side off yet, but knowing my luck, these rings might not be in the same spot from the left to the right, so just so I don't start ripping stuff apart and putting stuff together that don't fit quite right, I decided to separate the cover from the cushion. Now, this is kind of interesting here how they did this. Let me show you guys that. Here what we got is some kind of Velcro type material that seems to be glued into the foam pad, and then on the actual seat cover, you know, part of the seat cover is, you know, this fuzzy ring, and it just fastens, the cover fastens to the foam pad on the top with this Velcro type system. Give you a little word of caution. When you go to remove this, don't just yank it out. Because then you'll have what I had here. You'll yank this here, part of the Velcro will come right off of the foam. So I'm going to have to glue that back in. I'm pretty sure it was glued in from the factory, so re-gluing it shouldn't be an issue. But when you go to separate the cover from the foam, just, you know, work your hand up in there and just, you know, kind of peel it back and then just take it off. So far this is going real quick. On my particular unit there is some deterioration on the side. This would be the driver's side where people slide in and out. You can see the mess I got going on. This is probably should have been a garage project, but I didn't want to tie up a bunch of space in the garage. I just drug it in the dining room. So that's that. Now hopefully I can get the passenger side out just as quick, and if everybody told me correctly, I'd just be able to swap all this out and be good to go. So I'm going to get started on that. I'll get back to you guys in a couple minutes. Okay, so here we are again, and just got the passenger side off. The driver's side took off a couple minutes earlier, and just sizing everything up. Yeah, both of these foam pads are identical. It's not a left and a right type deal. You flip them over, and on mine, you know, they got some lettering and some numbers. They're all the same. That P I put on there so I knew that it come from the passenger side, so I don't make a boneheaded mistake and, you know, put the driver's side back in the driver's side. The cover on the passenger side looks extremely well on the inside. Hardly any use on this seat at all. The driver's side, the inside of the cover, does show some deterioration. This is like a foam liner that was on the inside. It's peeling. I'm thinking I'm going to strip that out. You know, this side looks good, so I will I'll leave that side in, but this here where it's starting to deteriorate, I'll probably rip that out so it doesn't roll, you know, when in future use. Even going slow, you know, I mentioned earlier about not ripping that out because I ripped the one corner out of the Velcro. Even going slow, this one wanted to come up too. So be especially careful with these corner pieces. They don't seem to want to stay in very well. But so far, this project's just moving right along. No big issues. I'm going to start putting stuff back together. And I'll get back with you when we're done. Okay, so here we are again. And I was thinking to myself, well, you know, why replace just the bottoms? Why not do the seat backs also? Well, now that's a different story. This is as far as I got. You know, I got the headrest off. That's no big deal. Got a little button here you push, and the headrest comes right off. This little beauty cap here, that snaps right off. But this one, I cannot get that bad boy out of there. I've been prying, I've been digging, I've been having the old spotlight in there. I can't get this thing out. So, I'm kind of at a loss here at how that works. So I'm going to give up on the idea of taking the seat backs out and replacing the seat backs also. It looks, you know, everything's loose on the bottom. It looks like, you know, if you could figure out how to get these things here out, that it would, you know, work its way right up. It doesn't look to be all that involved, but I just can't get past this here. So if anybody's got any idea or has been down this road before, I'd like to hear about that. This is probably something that could be switched out in the car, you know. So I'd be interested in knowing how this here comes off easily, if it does. But anyway, back to getting the seat bottoms themselves swapped out. I'll be back with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so here we are putting the passenger seat back together. We have the foam taken from the driver's side, and then we are still using the cloth cover that was originally on the passenger side. These things, you know, go right back together. No big deal there. I did want to show you guys this back. This is pretty pretty nifty right here, really. On the sides, there are two straps, and they're Velcroed. Quite simply, put them together. I'm going to try and do this one-handed here. Quite simply put them together, Velcro them up, and then this piece here comes from the seat bottom. It comes through the seat. This is the cover for the seat bottom, and it just simply snaps on. And then, you know, your other side clamps, like we talked about earlier, they just snap on as well onto these rods. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say it's so easy a caveman can do it, but this is not rocket science by any means, doing the bottoms anyway. I ain't quite figured out the tops, but I will say it's so easy a fat bald-headed guy could do it. Now I could say that. One other little tip I want to show you. You know, you got the cloth cover and the foam. Now this here is the actual foam from the passenger seat, and this would be the cloth cover from the driver's seat. And one thing that I found to make it easier for things to line up, kind of fold this inside out a little bit. When you put this on, okay, start Velcroing at these front corners. You know, you would put the Velcro there, that corner, and up here at this corner. Start at these two corners first. Work your front in to where it falls into this little groove here. And then stretch it back. That seems to work out the best, you know, for me. Other than that, I'm going to put the driver's side together. And we'll get back with you here when we're done. Okay, here we are. Just got the project completed. This here we have the passenger seat that's been reassembled with the driver's side foam cushion on the bottom. And here we have the driver's seat that's been reassembled with the passenger foam bottom. Yeah, this is all straightforward stuff. Nothing to be scared of here. Still ain't quite figured out what the deal is on the seat backs. But as far as swapping out the seat bottoms, no issues at all. The only tools that I used when I got the seats out of the truck was a flat blade screwdriver, a number 2 Phillips, and I did use a little flashlight there to try and find the screws that were up underneath. I'm working in my dining room, don't have the best lighting in here, so that's what I used to complete this. As of this particular point in time, you know, pulling the seats out of the truck, getting them in the house, swapping out the cushions, I probably got an hour and a half into it. And a lot of this was kind of learning as I go. Somebody sees this video beforehand, they might be able to do this quicker. The only thing left for me to do now is to put the seats back into the truck, which is 4 15mm bolts. Give you a couple of tips here before you guys get started. You know, move the seat all the way forward on the passenger side. Take the 2 back bolts out. Move the seat all the way back. Take the 2 front bolts out. You got 2 clips, 2 electrical plugs on the bottom. They just unsnap. No deal there. On the driver's side, what I did, kind of the same thing. My driver's side has power seats, so I jacked the seat all the way up to give me more room to take the bolts out. You know, move the seat all the way to the back, take the front 2 bolts out, move the seat all the way forward, take the back 2 bolts out, and then same deal on the bottom. 2 plugs. Unsnap them. Both seats, just, you know, pivot them 90 degrees and take them right out the front door. No issues at all. The biggest pain in the butt on this particular project are these reclining levers. Probably going to be your biggest problem. They were my biggest problem. I did cause a little bit of damage here on this plastic piece trying to pop these off. I did do a little bit of damage to the plastic mechanism itself trying to pop them off, but I didn't damage it so bad that it isn't going anywhere. You can see it still functions fine, but it's not in brand new condition anymore. All in all, straightforward process. Nothing to be scared of here. And hopefully the end result will be, you know, when I'm driving down the road, this is the driver's seat, you know, this side here was all mashed down, and it's nice and firm compared to what it was. This was mashed down up here in the corner a little bit. You know, you get in the driver's side and you sit down, and well, after years it just doesn't get to be as firm as the other side. So now the weak sides will be up against the center console, and the firm side will be on the outside. So yep, that's the plan, that's the deal. Everything's going good. That's all I got for now. We'll see you guys later. Okay, so here we are. Just got the seats put back into the 2004 Explorer, and I wanted to make a couple more notes here for you guys. First of all, you know, my passenger seat is not a power seat. And when I went to put the seat in, the outside rail lined up, but the inside rail didn't. Don't spaz out when that happens. All you got to do is line up a bolt and then hit the lever, move the seat back to where you need it to be. These plastic caps here, probably should have told you guys this in the beginning. The ones in the back just snap on straight forward, and then the ones in the front snap on straight down. So, you know, installation is the opposite of reverse. So the front ones pop up, the back ones pop back. Simple as that. Well, there you guys go. Hope this is able to help somebody out. And if anybody gets any information on how to take these seat backs out, please let me know. I'd be interested in knowing that. We'll see you guys later, and goodbye.